Well, it's Christmas time once again, and this season always brings a lot of nostalgia back for me. I always spent my Christmas holidays reading my role-playing books, and I usually had a bit of money saved up around this time, and I'd do my shopping, whatever, for Christmas as a kid, and I'd use whatever money I had left to, well, let's face it, I'd usually buy a new role-playing book first, and then whatever money was left, then I'd buy my gifts for people. Yeah, back in the early 90s, this is what I was mostly looking at. I was looking at this, sitting beside the tree. I remember listening to Bing Crosby on the record player and trying to understand Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, this was my very first game I ever played, and subsequently the first game I bought. And this is a 12th printing, 1991. I bought that, so I would have been 11 years old when I bought that. Yeah, and then the good old Rules Cyclopedia. I bought that, I think, perhaps the next year. Actually, I have this is the print on demand. It's taking a stroll down memory lane here tonight, I guess, here. Let's take this one off the shelf. This was, I think this is a 91. This is a 91 printing, I do believe. I don't know if that's an indicator. 91 there, I think it was. I beat up Rules Cyclopedia. Yeah, that book. I remember laying under the tree. Maybe yeah, I must have been about 11 for that one as well. I remember laying half under the tree listening to records, Christmas records at my parents' place, and trying to figure out how to run this game, because we didn't have a game master or anything. Ninja Turtles, I played with a cousin. That was my first game. Dungeons & Dragons Rules Cyclopedia, still, I think, to this day, my favorite version of Dungeons & Dragons. And then next came Shadowrun. I discovered Shadowrun next year, I think, around there as well. This is an 89 printing, it says, somewhere in here. Yeah, copyright 89. I don't know. Darn, cover fell off, but yeah, that was a scandalous book to a 12-year-old. It's a pretty cool book. Great game. Had a hard time trying to figure that one out, but then I stumbled upon GURPS. I remember just seeing this in the store and thinking, oh, that's kind of cool. Look at all these great looking characters. This is back when GURPS, I hate to say it, but back when GURPS still had decent art. I bought this book because of the art. At this point in my life, I was, 10, 11, 12, 13, and the art was jumping off the shelves and making me want to buy these books. This is the third edition of GURPS. So I got into this fairly early in my role-playing career. This is showing copyright 91, I guess it's a 91 printing, I guess, if I understand that right. Yeah, that's when GURPS started, and we played the crap out of that. We had GURPS Martial Arts. Well, a friend had martial arts. I never owned it for the third edition, and we played a lot of ninjas, a lot of ninja stuff. Heroes Unlimited, that's a 92 copy, I believe. Yeah, June 92, 8th printing of that. That had some use too. And, we were playing that between 93 and 94, I think, a lot that year. And then a good friend moved to the area, who later became a good friend. We played a lot of D&D from then on. But yeah, Heroes Unlimited, that was a good one. And as we played a lot of D&D, we started realizing that we really liked the combat of Palladium with the active defenses and all that stuff. So I found this at the bookstore. This is a 92 printing, so I probably would have bought this around 94-ish, I think, 93, 94. And yeah, we started learning that. Played a little bit of that, but it kind of fizzled out a bit. We didn't play as much of that as I would have liked. We ended up going back to a bit of D&D, AD&D actually, at that time. And then, and then I got into riffs in the late 90s. I think this is a 96 or something, 98 printing. So I was 18 when I got that one. I finally bought that book. I had borrowed a friend's for a while, but I bought my version in 98. Yeah, good times. All these books, especially riffs and this one, sitting around the Christmas tree reading. Well, yeah, and a pit of turtles. Sitting around the Christmas tree, relaxing, making characters on Christmas holidays. Bit of nostalgia this time of year. Love this time of year. For me, it's all about family and dice. A bit of a weird combination. Not that I ever played with my family, but I spent a lot of time sitting around reading while the grown-ups drank coffee and chatted. Anybody else have their Christmas memories tied to their role-playing books that they were playing that year, like I do? Maybe this is a little weird. And here I am, 30 years later, 32 years later, still enjoying my Christmas time with the family, now my own family, and I'm sitting beside the Christmas tree while the kids play, and I read my Riffs book currently. My Riffs and my GURPS 4th edition books. Planet Adventures, same as always. Times don't change much, do they? Merry Christmas, and roll on.